guys, happy Saturday. Today we are filming in my new house. I just moved 2 days ago from an apartment to my first college house. I'm living here with 7 of my best friends, all guys, and I'm really excited. I'm also really nervous to be filming because I'm used to filming in a place by myself, so sorry if I'm really quiet. I was already planning on centering today's video topic around talking to professors and missing school and how to deal with it. So it was just kind of a coincidence that on my last video I got like 2 or 3 or 4 comments about talking to professors and dealing with absences and all that stuff. So I'm gonna help you out today. What I do on the first day of class, every class, is I go up and talk to my professor immediately afterwards. That being said, on the first day of school, your professor is probably going to be kind of stressed out. There's going to be a lot of different kids coming up to talk to him or her about, you know, their disabilities, about questions they have in class. So there's going to be a lot going on for them. So what I do is I just say, "Hi, my name is Hannah Buck. I just wanted to let you know that I have something called cystic fibrosis. It's a disease where basically I get sick a lot and I cough a lot in class, but I always have water and I promise you I'm okay. I will bring you my disability form with my accommodations that I need in the next class, and feel free to email me if you have any questions." Honestly, on the first day, that's all that you need to say to them. Then in the next class, bring a sheet, whether it's from your school's office of, you know, disabled students, or whether it's something that you find online. I think the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation has some resources. I will link them below if that's the case. Bring that for your professor during the next class when their mind is a little more open to remember you, to receive the information you're telling them, and you should be good to go. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is putting in the work. A professor is not going to want to help or accommodate a student who they think isn't trying very hard in their class. But if you're their star student and you're putting in all the hours, putting in all the work, they're going to want to do whatever they can to help you succeed. Show up early to class. Speak up and participate in class. Do the homework, do the readings, study for the tests. Go see your professor during office hours. I imagine that all of you guys are already hard workers, because if you're not a hard worker, why would you go to college with cystic fibrosis? It's honestly one of the hardest things in the whole world. Just understand that if you want your professor to put in the work for you, you are going to have to put in twice as much work for them. Now, absences are a tricky part. Now, at my school, I get accommodations from the Services for Students with Disabilities office. I am allowed to get extensions on homework when I'm sick, especially if a professor assigns it with a really short due date. I am allowed to get up in the middle of class and exams to go to the bathroom or get a drink of water. At my school, the Services for Students with Disabilities office is not allowed to mandate that professors waive or change their attendance policies to fit me. What that means is that technically, if a professor's rule is that each student is only allowed to miss 2 days of class at most, they are allowed to take it out on my grade if I miss more than 2 classes, which I definitely will. That is really scary to hear as a freshman who hasn't even started college classes. I was honestly scared out of my mind when I thought that I was gonna basically fail all my classes because I couldn't help but miss more than 2 of them each semester. Now, with that said, I have taken 7 semesters of college classes so far. I'm about to go into my junior year, and I have to date never had a college professor who punished me for the classes that I missed. Every professor that I've had, because I told them about my CF at the very beginning of the semester and stayed in constant communication with them through email when I was sick, because I worked extra hard to get the grades and show them that I cared about their class. They have all understood, and they've all been really lenient with their attendance policies. So for me, missing a lot of class has not been an issue in that regard. You know, that being said, just because a professor will allow you to miss more class doesn't mean that it's not going to take a toll on your grade. If you're not in the classroom hearing the same things that your classmates are hearing, watching the same slides, getting the same information, you're gonna be behind. That's why it is so important, if you're at home and you're sick, if you're in the hospital and you're sick, to still do work whenever you can. And not only do the work that your classmates have to do, the homework and the studying, but you have to do twice as much. You have to teach yourself the information. It's not easy. This is also where office hours come into play. They're really, really helpful, guys. If you don't know, office hours are basically when the professor is in their office, but they're just sitting and waiting for people to show up, for kids to show up and ask them questions and get help. Please use this resource. It is so helpful. They can fill you in on what you missed when you were sick and get you all up to speed. You should also actively seek out other resources at your college, like the dean of students, your academic advisor, peer mentors. All of these people can help you advocate for yourself, and they can be advocates for you. The last tip I have is just to not miss class unless you really have to. Now, this does not mean that you should be walking to class through the snow at 8 a.m. with a fever and an oxygen tank. Please do not overwork yourself, and don't push yourself to the point where you're making yourself extra sick. But if you are sniffling, if you have a little bit of a headache, if your throat is a little sore, but you can still get to class, trust me, in the long run, it will be so much more helpful if you just suck it up and go. Don't skip class because you have a hangover or something, okay? The reasons why your friends are skipping and missing class are not reasons that you should be missing class. It's like the boy who cried wolf situation. If you're sick, and then you're sick, and then you're sick again, when you're actually sick, your professor isn't gonna believe you or feel bad for you. It's all about honesty, communication, and a hard work ethic. And there you go. Those are all the tips I have today about talking to professors and dealing with absences. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments down below. I promise I will make a video about something if it helps at least one person. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and like this video if you want me to do a college room / college house tour. If this video gets 50 likes, I will do it. I don't think I've ever had a video get 50 likes before, but you guys have been doing a really good job with the like button recently, and I want to know what you guys want to see. Don't forget that my first video on staying salty, the Cystic Fibrosis Collaborative channel, goes live tomorrow. You can subscribe to them right here or here, one of the two. And as always, I love you guys, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye.